Well, the son of boxing legend Muhammad Ali was detained at a Florida airport and asked if he is Muslim. This happened as Muhammad Ali Jr. and his mother were returning to the U.S. from Jamaica. Chris Mancini is Muhammad Ali Jr.'s lawyer and family friend. He joins us on the phone from Fort Lauderdale. Thank you for being with us. Now, first, you say that your client was going through customs when he was questioned and then detained. What did they ask him?
Well, it was not just Muhammad that was detained, but his mother was also detained for about 30 minutes. Both of them were asked when they presented themselves to primary inspection if they were Muslims. And Muhammad was then directed into what's called secondary inspection, and his mother was taken away but not put into an isolation room, where she began a long kind of dispute, argumentation with the customs officials about why they were detaining her and who she was. And she had on her person a photograph of her and her late husband, the champ. And after about 30 minutes, they let her go. But she was also asked if she was a Muslim, and she basically had to talk her way into being admitted into the country, even though she's born, raised, and carries a U.S. passport. And unfortunately, Muhammad found himself in a more difficult situation. They put him into a room and kept popping in and out, asking him questions. They asked him, for example, where did you get your name from? In addition to asking him again if he was a Muslim. So, needless to say, the Alis are very upset about this, very shook up. It's never happened to them before, and they completely are convinced that this was only because of their religious faith that this was done. It never happened to them before.
And it certainly sounds like it must have been an awfully distressing experience for both of them. Now, how did you react when you received the call from Muhammad?
Well, I'm a former United States prosecutor, and when I was with the Justice Department, we would not have even thought of doing something like this. We have the United States, this little document called the United States Constitution, the supreme law of the land, and we're supposedly a country of laws, not men. And that Constitution provides you certain rights, in addition to the Bill of Rights, the Establishment Clause, Bill of Rights, the Establishment Clause, the 14th Amendment, the Due Process Clause, the Equal Protection Clause, and it's absolutely, based on my many years of doing this, an offense to me that the United States government has sunk this low, that they're now trying to vet people and have some type of organized program to profile them based upon their religious beliefs. That just flies in the face of the bedrock principles upon which this country was founded. And somebody better start paying attention to what's going on here.
Now, CBC News Network did reach out to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and in a statement, this is what they had to say. They said, due to the restrictions of the Privacy Act, U.S. Customs and Border Protection cannot discuss individual travelers. However, all international travelers arriving in the U.S. are subject to CBP inspection. So now, Chris, do you believe...
Of course they're subject to inspection. Everyone's subject to inspection.
Do you believe that this was different than a routine inspection?
Oh, absolutely. The Alis are, well, look at what happened here. Not one, but two people with Arabic names were questioned about their Arabic names, where their names came from, and their Muslim faith. That's a fact. That's a pattern. And as we're learning from the many phone calls that are coming into my office since this has hit the media, we're learning that other people have been subjected to the same type of scrutiny. So I'm not quite sure if I answered your question, but I don't think this was an accident by any means. This is part of a profiling program that the Customs and Border Patrol have been ordered to implement. I believe, my personal opinion, is that it's directly connected to President Trump's attempt to ban Muslims from the United States. And the Alis believe that too.
And I just finally wanted to ask you one last question. When it comes to next steps, is Muhammad going to take legal action?
Well, we're certainly discussing that. it's all, right now we're in the process of trying to deal with the onslaught of the media. This has become quite a popular discussion point over the fact that the government would treat the son of, the greatest boxer in the history of the world and a man who fought for respect all his life and had to fight the government to get it in this manner. So we're right now just reacting to the onslaught of the media and the many, many people that have called and sent us emails of good wishes. So we're going to take up that question when it's ripe, a little bit down the line.
All right, thank you for joining us today, Chris. Chris Mancini is Muhammad Ali Jr.'s lawyer. He joined us on the phone from Fort Lauderdale. You're watching CBC News Network.